Hey folks, just to let you know, because so many of you have been asking us, we are still investigating the disturbing case of Ezra the horse. People the world over recoiled with horror when a blood-curdling video emerged a few weeks ago on social media depicting this horse being dragged by a truck. Pools of blood can be seen around its hooves as a woman off camera speaks disparagingly of the poor animal. Here, check out this excerpt and be forewarned, this video is very disturbing indeed.
Good girl. Awesome. Fantastic. Why are you a retard? Why? 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 Like literally squirting blood. Like her hoof was here. And it was like spurting out over there.
Now, in the aftermath, the Ontario Provincial Police and various animal welfare agencies went into investigation mode. And shortly thereafter, Ontario's Ministry of the Solicitor General announced that the OPP had charged Solstice Pissell, 23, of the township of Cavan, Monaghan, with causing distress to an animal under Section 15.1 of the Provincial Animal Welfare Services Act. Pissell is scheduled to appear next month at the Cobourg Provincial Offences Court. If convicted of this charge, she faces a fine of not more than $130,000 or imprisonment of up to 2 years or both. For what it's worth, we visited Wishing Stone Farm, where Pissell resides. A few days after the video surfaced, we wanted to get Miss Pissell's side of the story. And her reaction, well, she phoned the cops on us. Check it out.
Solstice, do you have a few minutes for some questions, please?
Well, folks, I believe that is Solstice on the line to the police, but we are not trespassing on their property. And I heard her say her name is Solstice when presumably the police officer asked for that name. So I'm waiting for her to get off the line, and I'll ask again. And if she doesn't want to be interviewed, I guess she doesn't want to be interviewed.
Ma'am, if you are Solstice, can you answer why you tortured that horse that way? Solstice, can you answer us, please? Why did you do that to that horse?
That's a little rich, isn't it? An alleged horse torturer calling the cops on us because we were asking impolite questions. Absolutely incredible. But as we reported last week, in the aftermath of the video's release, so many details regarding this horrific case of animal abuse remain very, very murky. As the story goes, the horse is a mare named Ezra, and after that ghastly video surfaced, she was allegedly repurchased by her original owner, Emily Reardon. Miss Reardon allegedly resides in Markham, Ontario. I know what you're thinking right now, folks. That's a lot of allegedlys, but that's the thing. Verifying the details has proven to be a Herculean task, not just for me, but for other journalists following this story. For starters, all communication with Miss Reardon, when she chooses to communicate, that is, has been via email. Now, that's a red flag in my book because anyone can be behind any email address. It should be noted that Reardon has established a GoFundMe page entitled Ezra's Road Home. This fundraiser is to supposedly pay for repurchasing Ezra and paying for the horse's vet bills, as well as any miscellaneous expenses. You know, I'd love to see the bill of sale for that horse. I'd also love to see those vet bills too, but Reardon won't provide these documents. nor will she even provide a recent photo of the horse. But why? Typically, when a GoFundMe campaign receives publicity, it takes off big time. Why wouldn't Reardon want such an asset? It just doesn't make sense. Meanwhile, a statement on the GoFundMe page notes that, quote, any funds in excess of what her care requires will be donated toward helping any other animals coming out of a situation like this, end quote. Now, at time of writing, the GoFundMe campaign for Ezra had raised around $7,500, but I'm betting that if this campaign had been properly publicized, not just by us, but by several mainstream media outlets, I would think this fundraiser might be in six-figure territory right now. So the question arises, where is Emily Reardon? And where is Ezra? And is this mare on the road to recovery? I hope so. By the way, several days ago, we ventured out to Markham to see if we could track down Reardon. Given urban sprawl, there are not many farms left in Markham anymore, but we did visit a few equestrian farms. Not only could we not find Reardon, the people at these farms stated that they had never heard of an Emily Reardon or an Ezra the horse.
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this just seems so weird to me. Where is Emily Reardon and where is Ezra the horse?
That's another red flag given how small the Markham equestrian community is. We also reached out to the media relations department of GoFundMe. We wanted to know if Ezra's Road Home is a legitimate fundraising campaign, given that nobody has been able to track down or even speak with Reardon. And last Friday, I was finally able to speak with a communications officer with GoFundMe. That would be Stephanie Principal, she, her, hers. My main query was this: has anyone at GoFundMe actually spoken to Miss Reardon? Well, here's how that conversation went. The reason why I'm calling Miss Principal, she, her, hers, I'm not trying to violate anyone's privacy regarding the GoFundMe campaign. I don't want a transcript of any communications or anything like that. I'm just trying to confirm if you've actually had a phone call with this Emily Reardon, because nobody can seem to actually get in touch with this person.
So as I mentioned to you in the email, I'm unable to provide you with any information that will impede on the privacy of the fundraiser. So if you have any, for us, as I mentioned to you, the campaign has been verified by our trust and safety team within the measures that I provided to you in the email.
Right. I'm just scratching my head, with all due respect, how confirmation of a phone call with this person would be a violation of privacy. There was a lot of speculation that this person might not exist if this is all being done by email correspondence. I think this raises some red flags.
So I never said anything to you at all. I never confirmed anything to you. All I said is due to privacy reasons, I'm unable to share with you the specifics of how individual fundraisers are reviewed by the trust and safety team, right? So, like, they have sufficient information that they were provided and made a judgment based on the information they received.
Does that sound clear and transparent to you? Does this sound as though GoFundMe has truly done its due diligence and carried out its fiduciary duty here? And again, I'm not asking for a transcript of the conversation between Reardon and any GoFundMe staffer. I'm merely asking if a phone conversation ever transpired in the first place. Now, to be fair, GoFundMe does a lot of great work raising money for those in dire circumstances. However, it also needs to be noted that if GoFundMe suspects something isn't quite right, it will shut down a campaign Indeed, look how quickly GoFundMe shut down the fundraising campaign for the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa last February. And that shutdown had nothing to do with financial shenanigans and everything to do with political pressure. How shameful is that? Now, I should note that my colleague here at Rebel News, Danny, came across a fascinating Facebook page belonging to Jamie Magdalene. Jamie seems to have some insider knowledge pertaining to Solstice Picel. Here's what she posted late last month on Facebook. Quote, "My parents raised a rather feisty, outspoken girl, but instead of trying to water down my wildfire, they taught me to stand up for what is right and to never back down. Quinn made it home, charges have been laid, and justice has been served. And I promise I will fight until Solstice and her family that partook in this abuse has the whole book thrown at her in court. Thanks again to my Equine community who backed me up, stood up with me, and gave this horrible story the best ending possible. Glad your face and the truth is plastered on the covers of newspapers around the province, Solstice. Consequences looks good on ya." End quote. Well, I did reach out to Miss Magdalene via Facebook several days ago, but I've yet to hear back. Oh, and by the way, are we talking about the same horse here? She says the horse's name is Quinn, but I thought it was Ezra. Again, so many things don't seem to be adding up. Indeed, the more we dig, the more red flags seem to pop up regarding Emily Reardon and a horse called Quinn, or is it Ezra? Does Emily Reardon truly exist? Where is Ezra/Quinn being kept right now? Is the horse recuperating? And why all this bloody secrecy? Indeed, to quote Mr. Horse from the Ren and Stimpy show,
"No, sir, I don't like it."
Indeed, I don't like it one iota. Hey, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe everything is on the up and up, but I have a bad feeling on this one. I also have some personal theories as to what might really be going on here, but I'll keep my powder dry regarding that. In the meantime, I would like to now appeal to anyone watching this commentary. If you have any information regarding Emily Reardon and that brutalized horse, please reach out to us at tips@rebelnews.com. That's tips@rebelnews.com. My thanks in advance because we really want to get to the bottom of this story. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies.